Deeper than the first, but only a fraction is what's to come. Welcome to episode 2.
Heartbeat beating, pulling for the come up. Hands raised high, I refuse to give up.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 2. Even though I looked at a prompt and it says never to say welcome back, but we're going to break the trend.
Exactly.
We're going to break the trend. So we following our AI, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to do. So welcome to episode 2 of Built Different AI. I'm Bernard Jackson and with my host,
Jaden Galame.
Yeah, so we're so glad that you joining us today. We appreciate all the people who supported us for our first episode last week, Building with AI, and we're looking forward to bringing you more and more material. So we appreciate all that. First, we're going to go over our disclaimer, right? So our disclaimer said, we are doing this for ourselves. We're not advising anybody to follow anything that we're doing. If we're doing anything about financial, anything about what's particular AI service that we're using, we're not asking you to do any of that at all. You do it at your own discretion. But we are going to be the test subjects for what we do, and that's the whole point of this episode. Anything to add to that? My host, Jaden?
Yeah, that's really it. Yeah, this is just our experiences. People use their AIs differently, so I wouldn't recommend copying us. Just use it the way that you want it to use.
All right. So that being said, again, we just want to thank everybody that kind of supported us last week. It was very encouraging. We were learning a lot. If you've even seen like the thumbnails that was enhanced, that started again with AI. So again, we are becoming the test subjects and showing you exactly what AI can do. So I didn't use Anthropic for that thumbnail, by the way, right? That's a kind of a negative to Anthropic unless I'm not using it correctly. But I actually did that thumbnail with Gemini, Google Gemini. So that provided that professional look from that particular thumbnail. But again, without having a tech background, it's showing me exactly what I need to be doing to make the thumbnail to be enhanced. So
the AI that he used to make the thumbnail was the AI that I was using. So he's getting some of my ideas and my ideas on how I use the AI, and I'm getting some ideas on how he uses his AI. So we're going back and forth, learning learning with each other on how we use the AI. So there's always something new with AI.
It's always something new. So last week I kind of discussed a little project that I was going to kind of present and use AI to do. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is something I do personally. So Robinhood offers an agentic opportunity to actually utilize AI to actually invest for you. And what I mean by invest for you, you can integrate Claude into the AI, the connectors, and actually prompt it to invest the way that you want it to be investing your money. So my hurdle that I had last week was that I could not do that by phone, but I have a desktop at home, a laptop basically, and over the weekend I had the task of trying to learn how to set up my Robinhood Agentic account. And I had some papers here because what I did with the AI is I wanted it to log everything that I was doing to present it to the episode so you guys can understand exactly what I was doing and not trying to get with all the legal jargon and all the technical things that was in that nature. It took me about 52 minutes, almost an hour to kind of get everything set up. AI presented me a step-by-step guide in in order to set my my Robinhood Agentic account up. And the 52 minutes, almost to an hour, it didn't even seem like it was an hour because the information was so accurate and the details was helping me out so much that if I did not have AI, I don't think I would have been able to do that on my own. So I was able to establish my account. What I did with the account is the Robinhood Agentic. It requires Claude desktop, not a browser or mobile. So I confirmed that, and I got that correct. That yes, it couldn't do that at all. and it has just allowed for me to do that. I'm going through this paperwork because these are all the notes that the AI kind of gave me in order to be able to structure how I wanted my investments to go. So it was like 9 pages, right? So all these pages that you kind of see me going through right now are all the steps, right? So basically, on one of the things that I wanted the AI to do is I wanted to take money out of my account, only a specific amount, because this is the caveat right here. If you don't set up the prompt to tell it exactly what to do, it's just gonna do exactly what it wants to do.
Exactly. And then you're gonna have negatives in your bank account if you're
Yes,
not careful.
yes, and you don't want to have negatives in your bank account, you
Right.
know. So I put a always stop, always ask, because I'm not going to be always by my laptop. So basically, the prompt told me how to set up the Agentic AI, and basically what I did is that I'm going to be transferring $75 a week into that Agentic AI. And the way that I set it up is that I wanted it for an income generator. I prompted my AI to show me anything that ETF, which is exchange traded fund, which one is more likely to kind of bring like the income level up. And it recommended me some ETFs, and we kind of negotiated. I kind of like, I don't like this one. It was a back and forth. It was telling me, oh, that's not good and stuff like that. So we came up with an agreement. Again, you are the decision maker. The AI is just giving you suggestions, and we came up with three. And I agreed. I said we're going to put $75, and every week $75 will go into that account for the Robinhood Agentic to set up. And I'm going to use these prompts, and you don't have to spread the $25 out equally. You can spread it out to each stock that you think is worth buying at that particular time. So that's how it's prompt. So it won't do anything other than what I commanded it to do. And you have to be very careful about that. Like again, like Jaden had said, it will actually start doing things you didn't ask it to do. So you have to be very specific with what you want to do with your Robinhood Agentic.
That's why you always send out rules and guardrails to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yes. So that was my spiel. Again, we'll talk some more about that because I'm going to be monitoring it. And at some point, AI is going to show me how to be able to kind of show it on the video, the tracking process of what's occurring. Because basically, right now, I have my own investments that I've been doing for several years. But now I'm going to be able to track to see, okay, how is Robinhood linked to Claude? How is that working as well? And then on a caveat note, again, this is Jaden's field, but I'm also going to try Google Gemini, right?
Hey.
Yeah. So now it's going to be a comparisons, right? So I'm going to prompt them the same to see how they're performing. Again, but this is the magic of AI. So that was my spiel for the week that I had. Some other tasks I'm going to be talking about later on in the show, but I'm going to let Jaden kind of tell you how his week has been.
So my week, how I've been using AI is that basically I've kind of been improving my AI by going through its settings, and it has a little prompt in its settings. I know ChatGPT has it. I'm not sure if any other AI system has it, but both ChatGPT and Gemini has this system where you can prompt it to kind of follow these instructions that it's going to remember in its head permanently, and it's going to go off a certain way on how you instruct it. So if you want it to be an assistant, it's going to follow as an assistant. If you wanted to follow something similar to like a doctor, which I wouldn't recommend medical too much yet, but it's going to go off like a doctor. You can instruct it to act like a friend or something for marketing, and it's going to act exactly like that. And its responses are going to be completely based off of what you instructed it to be. So I kind of been doing that with my Gemini, instructing all these instructions inside of its brain, and it's been acting more of as a full-on assistant, like if I'm a CEO, because I'm trying to set up my business, trying to use AI, and the way how it's doing it for me is actually it's doing a pretty good job. acting like a full-on assistant to set up my business and helping me with marketing, drop shipping, affiliate marketing, and all amongst other stuff. So what I've been doing is that the past week I've been messing with these tools inside Google AI Studio where you can create your own AIs and apps and systems. And what I've been messing with, which is a new feature, is that it has this thing called an API Live. And me and Bernard, we were messing with it, and it was talking like a full-on human being. So I was having a conversation with it. I was going back and forth with it, and it clicked in my head. I said, wow, you could use this for customer support. What's it called? Yeah, customer support, contact, and what's it called? I forgot what it's called. If I remember, I'll bring it up later. But you know what I'm talking about. It can help with stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this AI, you can also set out its personality and how it different languages and how it speaks. I asked it to change to a more a lower tone voice with an Australian accent, and it did exactly that. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. So then I can ask it in a different language, and it will speak exactly like that, even though I don't even know what it's saying. But it's just crazy how this AI stuff is just improving, and how the capabilities and opportunities it can do and offer for not only others, but myself as well, me and Bernard. And yeah, I just been testing out the AI Google Studio, the chat prompts, the way how basically I can create my own. I think I brought it up the last episode that you can create your own AI and use a model to create your own Gemini or own Anthropic or ChatGPT. It won't become exactly like that because it's still limited into Google, but it's going to go off the Google because it's going to go off the Google's model. But still, you can create something similar to like that. So I just been messing with that, trying to figure out or learn the websites, how to develop websites, and it's actually been really helpful. I could come up with something like this in just a few minutes. Well, how I've set it up with just a few prompts and a few little settings, and I did it. I was just testing it, and I just came up with a website in just at least 10 minutes at most, and just in a heartbeat, just like that. So stuff like to help build your business, stuff like that is really helpful for AI Studio. And so, what do you think about that, Bernard?
I'm not going to kid you. The Google Gemini has really been informing me. Like I said, so, but I'm still going to be on Anthropic. But being that Google has access to a lot of things already on your phone because you have a Google account.
Right.
So once it kind of locks in on, if you give it permission to kind of lock in on everything, it opens up a whole variable things that you are able to operate with. And at some point, again, we're going to show you the visuals because we're going to be using AI to learn how to develop those videos. So the things that he's saying is kind of like abstract because this is his ideas. But at some point, we're going to have the images kind of gauging his ideas, kind of showing you exactly what he's talking about. And there's a lot of people out there that may want to start a business and really don't really have ideas. Again, we're going to show you AI. Like at the end of the day, build different AI is kind of a business, but it's our podcast.
Right.
But at some point, some things are going to start happening within us because the AI is putting us in a position to do that. But it takes humans to capitalize on that. That's one of the things that we wanted to continue to reinforce to you, that just because AI is giving you the ideas, you still have to put the human effort into doing it. All right.
Yeah.
So you want anything to say on that, Jaden?
Like Bernard said, you have to still put the effort into AI because again, AI is a tool. It's not something to replace you. Do none of that. It still follows what the operator you says or instructed to do. So how you use it, it's going to follow exactly like that. So.
All right. and I never thought I'd be saying this. It's kind of funny to me, but if you're watching the video, please click the like button, press subscribe, make a comment, let us know what we're doing, what we can do better, but we're still going to ask AI to do better too, but we all in this together.
Right.
But, and just the envision of this program of the episodes that we're doing, I'm calling my shot right now. I don't know the terminology because it's just like literally just slipped my mind. I had an idea of saying it. But you ever notice sometimes when you ever driving in a new vehicle that you get, and all of a sudden when you're driving, you notice the other cars that looks exactly like yours? Or if you have some shoes and all of a sudden you see everybody else, they have like the same brand of shoes right now, I know there's a phrase or a terminology for that, but basically what I'm doing, I'm calling my shot right now about what I see this program as becoming. I see one day, and I'm calling it out there, so if you're ever watching, that one day we're going to be filming an episode at the Google in Silicon Valley, right?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get the inside tour of the place.
Hopefully,
You
I
know,
want to
no,
see it.
yeah. So I'm calling that shot right now at episode 2. And even if we have to go to San Francisco and be in Anthropic, somebody's watching this is like, oh yeah, let's show them, what's going on with AI because they're promoting it, because that's what we're here to do.
Right.
We're here to promote the positivity of AI.
Right.
And I'm telling you, even to this day, even today, somebody's always having something negative to say about AI. And I know that there's negative things about that, but that's not what this channel is intent to do.
Right.
We're going to continue to promote the utilization of AI to better develop your life.
Right.
But again, I'm calling my shot right now. The Google, you're watching, at some point when our shows get better and you want to get us on a tour, we're going to be there. I'm calling my shot. The reason why I say that, it was this influencer on Instagram, and he was just beginning to get in shape and start running. And I forget his name. Again, that's not to get better at. I will. Probably I'll put it at the bottom of one of our this episode. But he said he's going to run with David Goggins. And I don't know if anybody know who David Goggins is, but YouTube him, or AI search him, right? And ask for accurate information. But he wasn't really in shape to be running with David Goggins. But he said, one day I'm going to be in a race with David Goggins. And he just documented everything he doing, like technically like what we're doing right now, documenting our journey. And at one point, he was at the beginning starting line of a race, and he turned his camera to the left, and who's at the starting line? David Goggins. He had called that shot, I think, like a year before. So I'm calling the shot right now because we know that if you want something, you have to believe it. It has to be thrown out in the atmosphere, right? And that's the whole point of built different AIs. Like we want to develop people to be able to have a trust and develop an insight of what AI can do to possibly
Right.
change their lives. You got anything to say on that, Jaden?
As Bernard brought up earlier, that we're trying to bring the positive in AI, because there's going to be a good and bad in everything. But it's been more. You've probably been hearing more bad about AI, but there's a lot of good stuff about it that people are not looking for or missing. So this is the purpose behind this this channel, is that we want to bring the good part about AI.
So in our next episode, we're not signing off quite yet, but our next episode, we're gonna actually have like graphics on the live video. Like we're gonna have graphics on it. When we're talking about something, if I say Robinhood Agentic and I point right there, Robinhood Agentic would appear. And again, no tech background. Remember that. I don't have a tech background. I'm going to continue to emphasize that, but AI is definitely would give us the information. Again, 2 weeks ago, I knew nothing about Robinhood Agentic. I saw it on the app, had no idea what I needed to do with that, right? But I put myself in a position where, okay, I'm going to utilize it all. I'm going to utilize all the technology that's there for me, and I'm going to make it work, right? So when you have information that's actually changed from your life, you want to utilize that and put it into work. So I am dabbling I'm dabbling with the Google Gemini right now. So the other day I was kind of messing around with it on my phone. I have another phone and I use Google Gemini on this phone, but on my other phone, I forgot that I wasn't using Google on this phone. So like you were saying with the voice activation, I asked the question, all of a sudden it started talking back to me. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, you know. And then my son kind of saw me talking to it. He's like, oh man, what's that, Jarvis from Iron Man? You know, like
Feels like it. It really does.
it really feels like that. It was just giving us ideas. It was just we was just literally having a conversation. It still made a mistake though, right? So this is one thing I did, which is kind of funny. I was cross. I don't know how I put it in words, but I would put a phrase on Claude, and then I would copy and paste that phrase to Gemini and see what Gemini said. And I would do vice versa, right? So they was catching the flaws out of each statement from each different AI. So it's actually making both of the AIs a lot smarter, you know, because they was critically analyzing basically themselves, if you get what I'm saying. So that was something that was very fascinating about the particular AIs that we're using. So again, I'm all in on Claude. At some point, I'm going to show you my project list that I got set up. It monitors my workout. I'm progressing in my workouts. But again, I want to be able to show you that. And a lot of my workout regimen actually started through Claude. It gave me a workout regimen to actually work out and utilize to actually understand my body, how I'm feeling, what my progression looks like, logging it down, saving all my sessions so I can go back and look at that. And it's providing that information. You got anything to say on that?
But how Bernard was talking about is helped him with workouts and some other tasks. Yeah, AI can also, of course, I think we brought this up in the last episode, that it can help you with daily tasks. Just like I use it to I grabbed my phone, took a picture of a meat, and the freezer had it in there for a minute, and I sat it down. Color was a little off. Only then I used the picture for Gemini to look at, and that's because it was just exposed to oxygen for a minute, because I just opened it, sitting out for a little bit, and then it told me the only part you need to look out is not really too much of the color, but rather the texture, the toughness, and the sliminess to it. So it kind of did help me on how it basically did prevent me from food poisoning if there was any chance to it, and it also, let's see, I know you can also use it for which I attended. That's what I wish I did that sooner, for recipes. Give me ideas on recipes and things that I could cook off. And in a way, it would basically teach me how to cook. I mean, I do know how to cook, but it's just teaching me more,
Enhance it.
enhancing it. Yeah, it always improves.
Yes.
Just like how I was improving him with his workout,
Yes.
and it can improve me on cooking a lot more. And it doesn't have to be just all technology and all that type of stuff. It could be daily tasks that you're physically doing. So AI can be used in many different ways.
If you struggle with time management, I mean, it will give you the concept. I mean, you got books out there and stuff like that, but I just don't never want you to forget that it's going to take human effort. You have to want to change, right? Um, One of the things that you see also AI is doing with this particular podcast is that the music that you're listening to is not all AI. All right, those lyrics are written by me. I want to be very specific about that. Even part of the instrumentals were created by me, but it's an app called Suno that I had no idea about.
Oh, I heard about that
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah. So it's very creative, very creative. You know, so a lot of the intro music that you're going to be listening to, because I'm going to be inserting that into that. That is my music. It's written by me, but it's performed by AI. You know, and I know, oh man, you mean AI? I was like, hey, just think of me as a ghostwriter, right? That's all you gotta do. Just think of me. Don't think about, oh, that's not you rapping it. Just, yeah, I'm writing for the rapper, right? I'm a ghostwriter. But the intro songs that you're gonna be listening to throughout built different AI is literally songs that are written by me, but it's performed by AI. You know, so even with this upcoming episode, this episode right now, I'm gonna play two versions of the same song. I want you to give me your opinion which one you like the best, but I'm not going to play the whole part. It's just going to be the certain excerpts of the song. But AI made that all with my lyrics written. I just want to emphasize that. So if you keep hearing hyphen B, that's my AI persona, hyphen B. That's my AI
Yeah, he's a
persona.
digital rapper.
A digital rapper.
Mhm.
Yeah. But again, none of that would have been possible without AI. So we're reaching the limit of our podcast. Is there anything else you want to say, Jaden, before we end episode 2?
Uh, oh, I like the fact that he brought up that Bernard brought up that how he was using AI and also doing his work as well. So it was a mix between human work and AI, which the outcome can become even more bigger. So if you use AI like that, use a mix between AI and what you're capable of, then it's going to bring you a lot more above compared to people that use AI only or don't use AI at all. You're using a hybrid of both, so you have to always having an advantage of that. But yeah, that's all I got to say.
All right. So we just thank you for watching our episode again. And again, the episodes are going to get better. We're guaranteeing it. We're guaranteeing it because we're the test subject of it. So it's going to be for us to, again, put the work into it to make sure that our video quality and our video is grabbing you and you taking some interest in it, you know? So again, we thank you for everybody that supported episode 1. We thank you everybody that's going to be supporting this episode. When you hear the music, it's out on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. Again, AI taught me how to produce my own songs and put them out to release. AI showed me how to do that, right? So when you check out the music, let me know what you think about it. And at some point, Jaden's going to be kind of telling you about what he's doing as well. So we're not trying to sell things to you, but we're just trying to tell you what AI is actually showing us how to do.
Right.
And we're actually making it functional, not just talking it as ideas, but actually putting the work out.
Right.
So again, 4-5 months ago, I didn't have no music on Spotify. It didn't even come into my mind to even do that at all. But now, as of today, I have 4 songs on Spotify, iTunes, and tomorrow I'll be releasing the 5th one. You know, so AI is doing miraculous things, and we're going to be here along for that ride. So at this time, I'm going to be signing off. I'm Bernard Jackson and my host,
Jaden Galame.
All right, y'all have a good day.
Come up, hyphen beat. Heartbeat beating, pulling for the come up.